Whoa, hold on, hold on. You know, it really does help when you turn the camera on. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at your comments, ideas, and suggestions. We take a look at news from our city, from our state, from our country. We combine all this information so we can better connect with each other and with our city of choice, Puerto Vallarta, as a community of English-speaking locals. Today is Friday, all day long. Yes, it's a good day, and today is August 18, and of course, today we have news to share. Some of the news that we skipped yesterday, we're going to share today, and we have more from my errand walk from 2 days ago. There's something that I thought was only going on for a short while, and it clearly is going on for a while. So I might as well tell you about it. We have a nice report on things you should know about your CFE bill, your electricity bill, with information submitted by our dear friend Gary Green, who is the president of the Amapas Neighborhood Association. And of course, we have the weather, and everybody seems to say that Hillary is coming. I'm not going to talk about rain until I see it. Before we get started, as always, it helps a great deal if you add a capital letter Q to a comment that you think is really important that you wish to share with everyone. And if you're watching live for the first time, a comment using the word new will give you a nice little welcome from all of us. And if you're watching later on today on YouTube, it helps a great deal when you subscribe and when you hit the like button as you are watching. We very much appreciate that. So let us get started with the news that we have for today. And I think we are good to go. Let me get rid of the black screen. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. Well, we start with another Cuale crocodile that was spotted, the medium-sized crocodile that seems to have taken residence at the Río Cuale as it meets the ocean, has been spotted. You may want to try looking for it in this photograph. I tried to look for the crocodile. I couldn't find it, but it still startled some tourists and onlookers that were swimming without realizing that the crocodile was there. Once they spotted it, they did notice that the crocodile was heading south towards the Olas Altas area, which for me sounds like ouch. If you're swimming in the ocean near local rivers, keep your eyes open, please, or better yet, don't swim there just in case. You don't want to end up the lunch of a crocodile. You may need a place to be buried. But the good news is that, oh, that was such a bad segue. Anyhow, the city's administration has informed that the purchase of a plot of land to build a new cemetery so that you can be buried in case a crocodile has you for lunch has been finalized. Where am I going with this? It's Zany Friday. I'm going to start again. Remember how we told you that all 4 cemeteries in the city were full? Oh, Gary. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Anyhow, the city has finalized the purchase of a plot of land to build a new cemetery for the municipality. The new cemetery will be located at El Zancudo, which is a small settlement located along the highway to Mascota. And this, of course, as I mentioned just a second ago, will be the 5th cemetery in the municipality, and a much needed one, as the other 4 are pretty much full to capacity. In case you're wondering where this is, here's our city. Here's the highway that heads towards Mascota and San Sebastian and so forth. And the small community of El Zancudo is located right up there in the upper part of the map. So that's where the new cemetery is going to be. Now, this is interesting because some developers are not happy with the government shutdowns that they have endured. The Ministry for the Environment and Natural Resources, also known as Semarnat, has shut down some 20 construction projects around the city because they lack the required environmental impact study. And some developers are not happy, and they are seeking legal protection against Semarnat's actions, arguing that they are developing in areas that are already impacted, and as such, why should they need to contribute another impact study? Now, not knowing much about these kinds of affairs, I'm inclined to think, and this is just a totally ignorant observation, any building is going to impact the surrounding environment. It doesn't matter if it's in an urban place or in the mountains away from other constructions. But, what do I know? I'm not in the government and I'm not in the construction businesses. But apparently there's a company out there called Grupo Gova, who's responsible for 40-something projects all over the city, and they claim that they have never had this kind of problem before. They have 2 projects going on right now in Colonia Emiliano Zapata, and they were able to get protection for one of them and continue building. The other one, not so successful. So if anybody out there knows a little bit more about these things and would care to elaborate or comment, it will be very much appreciated. And now let us take a quick look at our weather to see what's going on out there. Again, I keep reading that Hurricane Hillary has now strengthened and it's heading our way, and there's going to be a lot of rain, yada, yada, yada. But I don't see the rain just yet. Snarky Weather says, this location would look so much prettier if it were on fire. No, thank you. No, we don't need any fires. What we need is rain. It is 29 degrees right now. Our humidity is at 75%. And our temperature in Fahrenheit units is 84 degrees, 84 Fahrenheit. Our weather forecast for today, mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon. A chance of rain of 46%, a high of 31, and a low of 24. Tomorrow, Saturday, humid with mostly cloudy skies through the day, a chance of rain of 50% with a high temperature of 32 and a low of 24. And then Sunday, mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 80%, that would be Hillary passing by, I suppose, a high temperature of 32 and a low temperature of 24. And that's our weather forecast for the weekend. Sounds like it's going to be a good weekend to crochet, at least for me. Anyhow, moving right along, yesterday I gave a lengthy report of my whereabouts as I walked around the neighborhood the day before running some errands. And there's a little something that I did not mention yesterday, but I would like to mention today. You see, when I was heading to the ATM on Colonia, on Avenida Medina Asensio, I walked past Cristalería del Pacífico, which is a very well-known quick kitchen and cooking supply place for restaurants mostly, but you can buy all kinds of wonderful things there. They were having a flash sale. And when I saw the sign, I saw a sign right here that said, Solo hoy, only today. So I figured, well, this won't make it to the news, but I posted it. I posted it on our Facebook page. Some people were happy about the fact that it was posted. And even the nice folks at Cristalería del Pacífico took notice of the fact that I posted it. They said, thank you. Oh, by the way, the flash sale is going on for the entire month, they said. So now you have it from the horse's mouth. I don't know why they would put an only today sign if they were going to have the flash sale for the whole month. So if you're looking for kitchen chingaderas that you don't know you need, and you are in the Versalles area, this would be a nice place to stop at. And no, Mijal, I am not going to take photographs of the things that they're selling to see if you can use something. You need to come back from Canada to do this yourself. Just kidding. Are we ready for? No, we're not ready. We're not ready for comments yet. I have one more thing that I want to share with you. This comes to us thanks to our lovely Gary Green, who just dropped a punny joke. Did you hear about the constipated crocodile? It was a crock of shit. Seriously, Gary. Another one of those. Anyhow, Gary was telling me just the other day about the CFE bill, things that you have to know about the CFE bill. CFE stands for Comisión Federal de Electricidad, or Federal Electricity Commission. These are the nice folk that regulate our electricity consumption and send us a happy bill that we have to pay, otherwise they shut you off immediately. Anyhow, Gary reached out to me. As you know, he's the president of the Amapas Neighborhood Association, so he must deal with a bunch of owners that have issues with their CFE bill. And Gary said, when you have another CFE story, it would be helpful to address the issue of CFE changing Colonia addresses on their bills resulted in increased rates. It is evident that CFE's rates vary depending on the location and other factors. Please give me 1 second. Thank you. I needed to get a little cough out of the way. Anyhow, Gary continues by saying, resolving this matter requires extensive documentation, including 12 months of bills with the correct address, and property tax bill, and preferably the assistance of a Mexican national or a Spanish-speaking individual. It has come to my attention that this not only leads to higher bills, but also significantly delays the sale of properties until the documentation is rectified. Therefore, I recommend that individuals regularly review their bills to ensure there are no discrepancies or irregularities. So what this means is apparently CFE is arbitrarily changing the colonia in your bill. Whether it's a genuine mistake or not, I have no idea. And apparently, based on the colonia that you live in, your electricity bill might be different than other people's, higher or lower. So the bottom line, whether you're selling or buying a property or not, it doesn't hurt to take a quick look at your electricity bill so that you can see if it has changed since the last time, or if there are any anomalies with it. So that is what our friend Gary Green had to say about that. Thank you very much for the tip, Gary. And before we get into the chit chat section, I want to tell you that I'm all giddy about this goodbye farewell songs for every occasion presentation that I'm putting together and that will take place this coming Thursday. As I'm doing research about this, there are so many goodbye songs out there, and some really good ones, some very happy, funny ones. some very sad ones. And you're probably thinking, how am I going? What is my criteria? Well, I'm looking for a good balance between happy and sad goodbye songs. I don't want us to need an entire box of paper tissues while we're enjoying this. And I'm also looking for songs where we have something interesting to say, either about the song or the performer or the lyrics or the context. And we are, as a matter of fact, including 2 songs in Spanish from the traditional repertoire from Mexico. One of them has one of my favorite, most poetic lyrics. And in another verse of the same song, it has one of the most disgusting lyrics, in my Mexican opinion. What song is that? I'll tell you at the presentation, or I'll tell you after the presentation if you're not able to attend. This is going to be on Thursday. I hope to see you there. And now let us take a quick look at your comments just to see what everybody is up to. Let's see. Bim, 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 bim. As always, we love your good mornings. These are wonderful. And I'm looking for your capital letter Q's. And oh, good for you. Luisa says, I visited the Guadalajara Expo Muebles. This is the big furniture expo that goes on in Guadalajara. And it was huge with lots of cool furniture and decor to see. I know that our friend Eric from the Joint Co-working Hotel was there. He never misses it. And it was a very good thing for him. He showed me some photographs of things that he bought. Let's see. Do the locals eat crocodile? Not that I know of. Actually, that's a good question. I don't think people eat crocodile here. I think they might eat crocodile in other cultures. I'm not even sure. But no, as to the best of my knowledge, people do not eat crocodiles. Gary has another cue. So I was driving yesterday. The police here drive with their flashing lights on. One came up behind me and got a little nervous. With their lights always on, how do you know when you are actually being pulled over? That's a really good question, Gary. A lot of times they have the lights on all the time because they're trying to get from one place to another. How do you know if they're after you specifically or not? I think, if I see that there's a police car with blinking lights behind me, I try to get out of the way or just get close to the curve and let them go by. And that if they go by, that means that they're not coming after me. And if they stop, obviously I've done something wrong. But that's the best I can tell you. Let's see. Purim pam pum pim. Gary has a comment. Semarnat shut down Sirena landslide site, but workers are still there daily and no plans to open Santa Barbara for vehicles or pedestrians anytime soon. So sad. This is very true. It is very sad indeed. Mihal says, it's a good thing I'm not there. Just saying. I know that Mihal likes kitchen stuff. I like kitchen stuff. We like going together to the Chinese kitchen store on Medina Asensio. That is always scary. Let's see what else we have. There's another cue. Do you know who and how to contact about tires and standing water? We have thousands of mosquitoes. They have not been spraying. I don't know the answer to your question, Jennifer, but I assume that a call to City Hall should answer your question. Now, thinking about this, I would think it would probably be, who does environmental stuff? It would be Semarnat. No, I actually don't know. Don't know which dependency is responsible for the mosquitoes, but I would recommend a call to City Hall and they should be able to point you in the right direction, unless somebody has an answer for you. Let's see. Oh, Shelly, God bless you. I'm repeating myself, but I sure do love when you speak Spanish. I don't understand it, but it is beautiful. Um, I sometimes I listen to other languages and I find them quite lovely. And even some Spanish accents and some English accents I find actually quite sexy. I'm just not gonna say which. Anyhow, this brings us to the end of today's broadcast. It's Friday, it's the beginning of the weekend, and I hope you have all kinds of wonderful things planned for yourselves. And we'll be back tomorrow, as always, our last day of the week, with more news and more stories and more stuff to share and more questions to answer. So between now and then, stay dry in case it starts raining and stay in touch. Have a great day.